In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas.
It looked like it was a controlled implosion. It didn't fall over. It looked as if somebody put TNT all throughout that building. It pancaked from floor to floor to floor.
Did it grow legs? Did it walk away and kill people? No. It didn't grow legs. No. It didn't walk out the door and kill people. Because why? Guns don't kill people. People kill people. This is a motherfucking tool. Just like a drywall hammer. Just like a nail gun. Now, in true YouTube fashion, you can see here, the chamber is empty. There's no magazine, not a clip. There's no magazine in here. This will not fire. This is going to sit over here, and it's not going to kill anybody throughout this episode. But I feel like I need to, interject myself into your life here. I feel like it's my responsibility to tell you that just because the government wants you to surrender your weapons doesn't mean you have to. Okay? Excuse me. Ban assault burps. New hashtag. Okay? We know we don't live in a democracy. We know we live in a constitutional republic, which is ran by a constitution, which is governed by who? 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 We the people. You and me! You and me! Not the government. Right? Our founders didn't want a democracy. They feared it more than a monarchy, which they fought a war against. Yet here we are. Here we are. And just because the majority of the country says they support disarming you or taking your weapons or they want an assault weapons ban, just because Americans love our president and voted for him, does not mean he has the power to go against our constitutional rights. Our constitutional rights are in stone. They can't be mitigated. They can't be changed. They can't be deleted. The Second Amendment is very clear. Let me read it to you. A well-regulated militia, comma, being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, is the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The right of the people, the governing body, to keep and I'm building a boat, bear arms shall not be infringed. The founders, like Big Balls, TJ, Tommy J, Thomas Jefferson, were very clear about their intent on the Second Amendment. Now I'm going to read 3 quotes from Thomas Jefferson, Samuel Adams, and George Washington, so bear with me. Thomas Jefferson said, "The strongest reason for people to retain the right to keep and bear arms is, as a last resort, to protect themselves against tyranny in government." Hello? George Washington, in his typical long-winded fashion, wrote this: "Firearms stand next in importance to the Constitution itself." Now let me digress before I finish this. The Revolution was fought because of what? Because the British wanted to tax us to oblivion? Which is happening now. And because the British wanted to take our firearms, which is happening now. Yet you're too busy looking at your smartphone, doing all this other government-funded smoke and mirrors bullshit to wake up and realize your country is crumbling below you. Anyway, firearms stand next in importance to the Constitution itself. They are the American people's liberty, teeth, and keystone under independence. From the hour the Pilgrims landed to the present day events, occurrences, and tendencies prove to ensure peace, security, and happiness, the rifle and pistol are equally indispensable. The very atmosphere of firearms everywhere. Firearms everywhere. Restrains evil interference. They deserve a place of honor with all that is good. That was George Washington. Samuel Adams. The Constitution shall never be construed. Shall never be construed to prevent the people of the United States who are peaceable citizens from keeping their own arms. This is the foundation of this country. We, the people, voted politicians in to enforce the Constitution, to enforce our values, not to change it. Not to change it for immigrants. Not to change it because someone wants to lop their dick off and be called Sally instead of Sal. No. The Constitution is not a living document. It's fucking written in stone! Written in stone! Not literally. It's on paper. But you know what I mean! I can find hundreds of these fucking quotes that exemplify this, that say that the Founding Fathers wanted, this, that, and the other thing. The only fucking Founding Father or person of interest in the revolutions whose quote actually matters is Patrick Henry, and his quote is what? Give me liberty or give me death. Liberty or death. That is it. That is the end all in this country. You either let me live my life or come at me, bro. Come at me. The minute we lose all our amendments, the minute we, give up our guns, the minute we let the government fucking just rule however it wants to rule, we the people lose our power of enforcement. And honestly, I think we've already have. We can't enforce shit. We're so weak-kneed. We're so caught up in our own lives when years ago it used to be, what can I do for the country? Now it's, what can I do for myself? Because you're selfish fucking idiots. I don't care if 99% of the country is in support of a gun ban, which is way far from the case. Like, really? 99% of the country wants to get rid of all guns? But I don't care if 99% of them do want to get rid of weapons. It's a violation of your constitutional rights. And it ain't going to happen. A constitutional republic protects the rights of the individual even when their ideas are very much the minority. That is the purpose of the fucking Constitution. If you're the minority, your rights are still protected. They don't care. If I was the only person in America who believed in the Second Amendment, I'd still be within my rights to act on it. And you would all think I was insane, and the police would come and fucking gun me down because I had weapons, and I'd do it with a smile on my face. But I know for a fact that I'd be the last true American among all of us. because I fought and defended my Constitution. It's not my right, it's my responsibility to fight for the Constitution. It's my responsibility to respond in the name of liberty, to fight for that beloved piece of paper that everyone has been wiping their ass with over the last fucking 20 years. You have a right to, and I want you to know this. When that standing army, that police force comes to you, if, God forbid, we have to give up our weapons, you have the right. There we go. This is setting up for YouTube to delete me. The God of YouTube. You have the right to kill any political representative, any police officer, anyone of this government who tries to take your liberty. Whether it be self-defense, whether it be a revolution, the government does not choose to take away your rights. Only you choose to give them up. Are we tracking now? Do you understand me? If I just wrote what every believer in the Constitution wants to say, to make myself clear, I will tell you again, if they come for your guns, it is your right to use those guns against you. Against them. Let me backpedal. I got ahead of myself. It is your right to use your constitutional right against anyone who wants to go and take your liberty from you. I know I'm stepping all over myself, and it's my fault, because I'm trying to have a recorded conversation with people who are like-minded and read an old blog post that I posted. So sue me. Alright? But the bottom line is, you have rights, and no one takes them away from you except you! Fuck the government! I'm not trying to incite you into a revolution. I don't want that. I don't want my country to burn. I mean, I do, but if it has to come to that, then it comes to that. But we have other avenues to take this back. Get a third party in there. When's the last time you had a third party in the elections? And I'm not talking about debates or stuff like that. When was it Republican, Democrat, and Libertarian, or Republican, Democrat, and Voluntarist, or Republican and Democrat and Anarchist? No, it was always Republican and Democrat, because we're stuck picking which wing of the same bird that we want. And that bird is Wall Street. That bird is Bilderberg Group. That bird is the globalist. That bird is the New World Order. We pick the lesser of the two evils, which is the same fucking evil. And they do nothing but pick and choose and chew apart what liberties you and I have. And we don't give it up. We don't give up our liberties. We fight. We fight. We're goddamn Americans. We're not some socially acceptable fucking ass-kissing bullshit. We're fucking Americans, and we do the right thing. For our family, for ourselves, and that is, we fight. Because we, the people, run this motherfucking government. Not the politicians. We, the people. You and me. Whether we disagree or we agree. We are the government. We are the resistance. Now I want you to leave you with this. I want to leave you with this. Okay? If you're a cop, if you're a politician, if you're a liberal, I can't can't fucking talk to you. If you're a liberal, if you're anyone who disagrees with me, and you want to come and take my guns, ask yourself this question. If you're coming to take my firearms, are you willing to die to get them? Because I'll kill you, motherfucker. Come try and take my liberty. Come try and take my constitutional rights out of my hands. Are you willing to die to take my guns? Are you willing to die to take everyone else's? Or are you just going to keep letting people militarize police forces with tanks and body armor and stuff like that? And under the guise of, oh, gangs are bad. When in reality, they think returning veterans are the threat. And gun owners are the threat. So those tanks are being outfitted for you. Those tanks and that body armor is outfitted for you. For when they come and confiscate your weapons, they're coming with a threat of force. They're coming to steamroll you. And if you give up like a fucking pussy, if you roll over like a lamb, you're no better than them. You go out in a blaze of glory like our founding fathers did. You fight for your family. You fight for your liberty. Because that liberty is all you have. And if you're willing to come to my house and die to take my guns, you can eat a dick.